7 years ago, I hiked the PCT. It was this experience that was taking me from Mexico to Canada all by my own 2 feet and legs. It taught me a lot about life, who I am, what I care about, and ultimately, I think it was so instrumental into who I am today and what I'm doing in this very moment. So I wanted to take a few minutes and tell you that story of how I got from there to here and what I'm doing next. So anyways, okay, we have a story to tell. This is gonna be fun. I'm excited. Okay, so lots changed, right? 6 years go by. I felt like I had the identity of this outdoorsy person, a person who was attached to the identity, at least, of being, well, always outside. And then I was doing this thing called ski patrol. It was actually the coolest job ever. I was able to work as an EMT and help people who were in need in a medical situation. Then into 2021, that led me to building a camper van. And that camper van was for ski patrol, right? And all of those experiences kind of put together this interest in wanting to go to college for engineering. And that was such a wild adventure indeed. And it really felt like the PCT in a way. I mean, it was committing to a goal and seeing it through with a pretty clear destination in sight. So, yeah, I mean, 5 years later, I finished school. And it was actually one of the greatest experiences of my life. Now, I'm going to the next phase of life, which is, well, I'm working as a professional now. And it's this transition from adventurer and kind of a dirtbag identity to the academic to professional. And it all kind of pieces together with the daily use bag. So let's get outside. Okay, so now that I'm here, having been sewing my own gear now for the last few years, it has been such a fun process, and one that for me as this craftsman, I really like taking an idea, a creative vision of some sort, and bringing it into reality. But for me, taking a sewing project and then making it build into something that's more substantial beyond just my own use, that's where I really wanted to take this. But you know what? It's not just about taking something beyond myself for the sake of it. It's about repairability. It always pained me to see something that had a critical failure and it was really maybe something that could easily be fixed, or maybe the piece of gear was just not designed with repairability in mind. Over and over again I saw this happening. And I even saw it in factories, and I'd see all this waste, equipment that fail, and it renders them useless. That's where I led to with this daily use backpack. It wasn't really coming from a place of wanting to replace these specialized pieces of gear, but rather thinking about the gear that's for everything in between. Take it to the gym, or take it traveling, prepare for a little weekend camping adventure, or a short road trip. All of those examples are times when maybe I don't need a very technical bag for a very specific purpose, but I end up having 3 or 4 or 5 bags that kind of fit similar roles. And I wanted one, especially as I'm preparing for this professional arc that I'm now into, well, it would be a bag that could stand its own in a boardroom setting and be professional enough, could be laid on its side and hold its own, but it could also be agile and technical enough that I could throw it over my shoulders and hop on a bike ride or on a trail or some other spontaneous adventure, all while trying to be repairable and last a long time. That's where we're at right now, and we're in the process of actually getting this thing to be built beyond just what I can make myself, because they take an enormous amount of time because I'm slow at sewing. I can do it, and I'm pretty proficient to the level of taking an idea and bringing it into reality, but when it comes to actually making things that are beyond just my own 1 or 2 units, that's quite a task. And so that's where we're going with this thing, beyond just myself. It's pulling it together with actually crowdfunding it and seeing what we can do with this thing together. Building a bag, launching it, and making it repairable, one that you want to keep going. That's the vision, that's the dream that I have. Make things that better the world. That's the kind of core thesis of my life that I've figured out so far. And it's probably going to change multiple times over. So, there's the journey in a nutshell. And I wanted to do as good of a job as I can telling the story of how it's developing in the first place. So from hiker trash to, I don't really know what to call myself now, but maybe a student. A student of life, I don't know. So I hope that you took away something for yourself, that not only we can build this thing together, because I really do believe that we can. I forgot to mention this Kickstarter, the crowdfunding itself. Well, the bag is in the hands of a group of people that really are excited about making it. I connected with them in the spring, and they're actually in the sampling process right now, which is just mind-blowing to see my vision coming to life, but trying to do that methodically and without as much waste and all of these unknowns that I'm trying to uncover each day. That part is super cool, and I would love it if you wanted to partake on the adventure.